the home something, but the former power, brother, the maestro J. Bejega, Sansa, much the research of Papa, now your PP and also said the name out here, and ya tanta trust and letters be prepared, and some torso, no son and swam, if you're on your birthday, but didn't come and SMP, Kosu, Ewo Fear, Uber Fear, none water. Kumasa Santokoroko, any Accra House of Oak, Democracy Cup, a Corso, our Accra Sports Stadium. Yet, update be after sending people in Zagimo, and won't send people update be Predano, yet Eba Sum and another pay, El so no so, Senator Timlin in account, and I said Jumadio so Cocansa Cradepa, Cameron and Kwame, Oko MCR, a whole Hurden Tenasam Ketakra, brother Ante. Yes, Omo to 20 money Kepoku, so be peer by come a Facebook on one side, Nam Swabi Pia, editum, meeting, edit Joseph Oseponso from the sports president. Yetana, sir. Yamfa Jackes any asidamo tree jump on your coupon. Yes, by the dear Sababy Juno, Kakraka Crassa, Unyame Wawa Kakraka, July 20, 2024, next Saturday. And yes, a Finani Gusua, Quananti Bumpo, and young divine one. And in here for young coupon or now indeed, what else is suffering on us at my to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and a kind of catcher or damful now on us on canton a damful. Now say now the team is seated 105.7 a frequency AP a Dino TV no AP TV Facebook no AP TV GH AP TV GH. Now you better come over pray. I was so and anapay. Now, my found to send Chakrana Bajafo Eba, na Abajafo Babajia, Bajafonia Tanasandia. There's a semana, yet a premona racism, no, and was some to say, all him says, Spain. 2 players, you bet Banum 2 matches or more car investigations. Course Rodrigo Cascante, and a brand fan Alvaro Murata. Omonso Eji Iro Somojo Manino, and Numbia Mokotoya in a way, a political song, Omomoke England for Sir Gibraltar, no, a Yamutia on Sir Gibraltar's account in England, and a Gusu really no much pass in Spain, and this is Spain, and a no commuling to Muruamo, say Spain for and a really in England. Murata at Rodrigo Cascante won as a master. Obo Pimale go money na horse into the Makamaka and penny for the Murata count we won't send me by interesting times ahead. And I want some torso and a deba praise be pray and we are must suffer racism Sulale Muntaremo Kevin Prempoatemo Omo torso must suffer racism at a point you call Italy now Sule order referee as a pompono. Na omudin se hunu kireme eti pompo no eti ye won sem paper boya for ba be rewremo na ka racism kra ene san kwamba ne fa so a banka kakra racism no dominate wura ye football no ma ha adwen sa won sem pi ene ye be brem e so so nya ka to so no nkro 9am ana ye be sorry afri enkunya so na dwumade tu enso ato so edi amount ye nche na ye be kɔ aba ye kɔ pa pojafo eba ba jie gwana omba jie gwa sadia na se bibia dedem obe papa nsemu na de se wasote no onso wasoate makato se ba bedin komo pie ofie transfers na obe pie mo kruma abo amana ne koso ne yanso de no koso gidigidi pa enya senketa kra president na kom ma me fanto ne mo ese okokuma se asante kotokwa na se omo goalkeeper se obe former goalkeeper oko Ethiopia team pen and okako joining a Testa betanase na Testa e de hu sempi abram o so team pen ana okako po kotoko keeper me kai hwaya Testa ba ubu nyina o de hu sempi ebebre na no pai e o so no so kumasa santokoroko after so almost has 2-1 Democracy Cup o mobeko USA na o mo DC United akwa pona has cross say dia na eko what me pray say coach Watara dodona say ympamono otoya ten dodona so gire pass munya abatere emfa ama coach in interesting times ahead Ghana e hu sempi epa ene e uso no so etikoso na katra wa damfo no so kanta na damfo ese atena exclusives wall updated ene dey in sempi ana eba be somo e uso no so enti ya be twe ho akwa aba ye kopa na yedi nkrofo nkroso nsem no the April exclusives wall updated na yɛde nsɛm pii ato aso nya ka sesera kwame yes ɛna deɛ nam Facebook camera no yɛda so denden ti join Facebook no APTVGH or the tour na wa like no ase comment out nyina na de aba wo de pa yɛn so yɛbɛka ne kama ɛde amount me kan na bibia so atimi ayɛ kama ɛde amount me din ɛde Joseph Osebonso the sports president koso na katere wa damfo na ono so kantara damfo as exclusives wall updated na pay in simple ana yɛde ɛba bɛ so monti yɛba na yɛde amano ne nsɛm awdo no nyina no ɛde aba bɛ to aso da yɛkɔba na kyerɛ bɛgya fo abɛtena simpesi mu no na ɔmo de dudu no nyina ɛde amamanya ka to sɛ ne de bɛteki dominance no racism in football education bɛyɛ adwuma yɛbɛ educate ne ka racism a wɔn so wɔn ho sɛ de yɛte sɛ nso ɛyɛ anase enye adapapa enti SMP ana eba na pay so no so ntien komra na yemfa microphone cross nsem no exclusives one updated na pay yemfa SMP emfa mesomo so no so na pay SMP na ya na hadwi bebre players ni sofa most especially the black players no se okwaku pa na ye racially abuse you saro name no eka racism aya na nyo mo nko a for ba bia kate across yes okay Senegal play a creeping theater on so the same thing no course AFCON 2019 ema was be nim say mabamidiem mo nkrofo mu asa na ye mabamidiem a sa na me am nkrofo Africa mo so mo ba be ye me ha adwene so no dia pa etiala ha adwe pa ye nya botre fama ye ho ye nya botre fama ye ho eno eye de etie de mu sempi be ne dai e wo so no so nti ye bekọ ne akọfa ma na nsem awdo no exclusives wall update no na edin sempi e de abrema no pay e wo so no so na ti ye ntwe ho ne twe ho a na yakọfa amano ne nsem no e de abrema sisi e wo so no so yeba Our Shibamanti, a brass for your microphone close exclusives, wall updated a cofan piano pay at Abramo Elshono so abra AP flight and I take off and pay now of flight number A105.7. Now be pay my the attendance for passengers no. Yin I can consult flight and manapaido or pilot I am Joseph Osebonso, the sports president, and to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend as an opinion transit in Sempi and I'm about some so na mabe fe fan to nim so piem on some ma na se abrantan din ade Kono McGregor na Kono McGregor de Sempi na pay aba bontin ade abama betuja na on Lamine Yamal ana Kono McGregor ade tu yanim se ono gide pass Lamine Yamal no across over 16 and name ko nya 17 years no o se ade fe no nyame gin old god ade Lamine Yamal ti papa o so gide pass kwan the grand finale of fast so crash me pato mema room fi England for no with Spain na no ten into Brante Kono McGregor to Lamine Yamal paso or so the TV at na ho adwire no na ogide pass ball no nyame odina chi so enti a lot of qualities are as oheso etiye dwuma ene Kono McGregor na that toja me ko Kylian Mbappe na Lutin attached down Miami after send a presentation bia enso akwakoye successful okona ko piem enso team of Real Madrid mema room fi sem weekends no and a weekdays no couple any about the 14 so mo no sempi ed ebrema no pay enti abrante na kwa ko bi presentation on Tuesday and the presentation etimi koso okoko piem Estadio Santiago Bernabéu na enya sam ketako so ne Ronaldo enso etimi pay present prayer na ne padodo na enso etimi stadium no 80,000 Ronaldo we ko Ronaldo records ne Godfather enti we na sem okopiem enso etimo Miami enti abrante fen Mbappe o screen is one na pm Miami a okako di holidays kakra na ono so etima join team na bibia enso Ultima twas them a team no, and no aid who could pima eltoja, yet exclusives wall update and same paper, and I tell Sono so Mohammed Kwajo Salah, not Kwajo Salah, and I want to say a Barcelona Queen in Tower, I ready for the season. Mohammed Salah, I ready for the season. The English pima, you know, Salah Jide pass a brasso, I said, oh boy, to my Salah, one player, I won't say immediately, and can all be panem, Salah turning down, or the APM for the season. Say, PM, let's wait to my come. Ete amano eno ete tenano na yanko Rafael Leao o your prayer edema AC Milan yo bobokono o free Portugal na ono sa brante fan Rafael Leao me pacha won ya wado hanko de yawo enti Rafael Leao na oni akwa efi to bia ma AC Milan supporters no ejomo ayepse high pressure pa ana ode ato mo se nyina ne se oni ase Flamengo Jose our Brazil on sa Brazil no Portugal de ayade am omo pepa enti aha ayepra okodu Flamengo team no no enti Rafael Leao ana omo say any bra yam present way na no ya present Mbappe enti wo Rafael Leao say to me present enti ha presentation no you know enti on one kasa esre enti Leao ana ko Flamengo dire pass ko Brazil on fa Flamengo team no enfani agrona ne jomo pa enti wo say just no na out drive no ko pem Flamengo team no no hanta ha bra na out drive ya kono na de ba no bra no akuduru team no enti Abrante Leao Portugal ni no on fa Boboko fa na Flamengo Brazil enfena komakato sa Brazil no Portugal omokaka sa bakompo enti upiem me pato Portugal omon senior men national team ya fa na Sadesao sanso na Brazil omon senior men national team de Sadesao it tells you say omo some rapport omo niama be bran me pato omo eyepom eno de tenne de unsem piba so no so ye be corner Spain omo me pato Euros no omo so kopiem back to Spain no mo Germany kakra na Brante Rodrigo Cascante na o prayer nkrofo campaign class o Cascante obetimi na anka wababa ye Ballon d'Or winner obetimi je Ballon d'Or na be pianso tema kama Rodrigo Cascante na okokwaji microphone ogira sumpie so na supporters ni jira prayers no aya sabe unhu de ha mo se o so ka bi ma supporters ni jio se so ye den o sa pakosam ne da ho na the master be room na won sa pakosam no sa country fan Gibraltar na Gibraltar country in England and it released a real that country no now Spain for did pass sa country party eben Spain as in England time and Mabajabo Sonia Abrabo, Namti or Moki England for the may come out Gibraltar, it belongs to Spain, and England for there. Na a copas and a cofan sempi and a diapa, Nebra Oka Sansam Alvaro Murata. Na ya see Alvaro Kofi Murata, a catre unia se unia monina opa. Asama wo cowbo po English Pima Ganum. Na Osaka Sansem, Yoso Catan Sonka Nuntum, Obobo Pima the Intia, and Cronoka, and Tim Carano. Na UEFA and I could pay my fantoja European Football Association ECA and their plus be investigations at their tomb echo boss be beer na Brante fan Morata and their Brante Cascamon Morata can go to Corinamako nam upon Chenya Baba Tum Fifreno into the Morata can as a cobasso dream be beer na semepato Morata and Rodrigo Cascante at the far or more camo biate as a 2-game ban each Pia beko 2-game ban and semen 24 at the upper Bontiamatuja ya de a hon sempi mama no pay wo so no so na yakwa Napoli fans no na Abrante fan Antonio Conte a head coach at the man Napoli Bobo nam Okosia Napoli fans no ana Napoli fans na ekwa chante se ombese coach ni ehwiri nti Conte no ombese coach ni hwiri se wa hwiri pia no na se uye Juventus ni Juventino ana Antonio Conte je microphone on sem ye be feed no esan se Italian oka na ye be kirema mo hu na dasie no enti Mr Conte je microphone no ana so obesre fans no mamu musa na dia ontime nye ono pesa ade bi wo ha oyinipa onkon gye ne wanim enkohuri nkotento ema monko kase na coach obekotie kura na otetetoi ono samusi wanhuri no wanhuri o Juventus no besre ba mo fasa ama onkon gye ade ontimi nyemfa ntumta enti Mr Antonio Conte ade sam eto be pato Napoli omo supporters no enso anim so besre enya de asade no betima ya enana pa ye de latest exclusives no ene nsempie to onim e so no so yanko Ellen Hala na Ellen Kofi Hala a prayer to say we prepare very well for the season. Also season a boss that will pay prayer and I do not sooner a prayer bo na Americano be to jama fabo ni tum Hala be yon dwuma bobo na to ntenem jama na Hala no let us about until be to jama send papa yeah o send papa former prayer the city alfi na o send papa one day dan wo kodi training kakra holidays yi ba ye Norway and man qualify for Euros no into na brand fan Alvaro Morata and brand fan Ellen Kofi Hala say oh mama men kon di training kakra o papa ma na winua o papa so nwua sa nwua na esi wo no papa nim numram ma hodene to we sa nwua na ahode ono abrante fa na Ellen Kofi Hala benya no enya hodene keton to so papa ne won ho na o papa mfa ne nya grokra sa bo no ana papa no ansa da man kwani me na se ne ba no so etimi di na ade ento so papa ma na winua se de be bo na hodene sem no enso etima kote Hala no di training na basa no baga waya na nya brumpruta na sa de Brighton and Hove up you no mania bre upcoming season hizo Brighton for resume training na training starts no ma resume no anoti na prayer away okano abrante Kauru Mitoma na last season ebe entin oyeni hu pie bruta boy osia big teams na masa bob bona no tene enti Mitoma ye Japanese wapa na Brighton team na eye 20 giti enti season ebe sase amanfo ni abrem yes Brighton over happen na omoni anto no Brighton kakra esanse Brighton for ne abre no baka hoya omo se aduma mo be pon na aduma ketoa enom ene de okopim etoja ye de ehonsem mama na pai wo so ne so na onim se Oko Colombia na Clube Colombia ye fro Amakye na sa Amakye krono mame enfam to nim sem Colombia prayer Richard Rios no omogida pass na se fe osa hono free ento omo gadan kura bebre sem koda no omo ye dance competition na sa omo dance competition no abranta Richard Rios so free obo Palmeiras so free sakra Amakye no omogida pass tournament Copa America wanye part of Portugal enti nasano so mutimi depict memeke kakra enti a dancing competition or saha near head or yard here and Tinkrania pre upia sanity now when the poor yard and yatana here and Tina and Sanketo Columbia Malfi o ye prayer na your hopa say nepa ukrum almost so now okona kobotro kawo pa na the better so about so my term din umpie and the oil who body say yana crono by yo on bet and now kama let me pian so to my aquate mama now abrante fan Eric Lamela touched down Greece you or Cosane Yama AEK offense. Na Lamela, Yabaka ko feed in why. Yabaka could take a crack. Lamela touched down Greece no na I'm going to pass hey, yanya prayer, yente feed, you know, yente feed. Right, still live on AP Radio 105.7 AP TV. Eric Lamela Kosanama AEK Athens. And your bra only attached down a Greece, you know, and I won't say Athens supporters, you know, or my mop in the camera. On which they pass yes, your prayer. Lamela, car crown or money who don't know piafo. And they didn't can when you know, be pianso to my castle. Now, Messi Quadro Greenwood. Not some by 2 years ago, Manchester United Sakudai, Wakako Bob Nete, and Nay Eman Punifor Bay the Babontain, Ebe Goon and Master Puto and Network Bakuya, and only an Etioma had you Emma Manchester, Elise Quadro Green, once a couple ever confirms Olympic Marseille, Asanya Brante Messi Quadro Green, Eba across Marcel, mayor or myself one pene na pray or boom man mo kof number kruma na poniform tenase din komo pino de no etima go through aye SSDD signed Repato sealed, done and dusted. Into a brand din Eddie Mason Cordon Groot no was Sanam Olympi Marseille. Now take it from me as a Cordon Groot no 2 years or more poor. English soil da about returning Yamaya Duma August free. Mamma Fonton is a Mason Groot no on the park against Sunderland into Bapa no Babopo English soil. Nebra Mason Cordon Groot attache down. Yeah, it was awesome. Okuturiano. Oh, France tomorrow na anotin papa omo work am na kama 30 million akoso na press conference no central ni bi yenu central for you say de bebusa ekobusa me patro de esi oni oba no ntam empanifo ka tese de bi ombesre sa asem de ontimi nya no sansa boy no empese obeka sa de na ekoso no na ogire pass ade bia na ha dwimbe pre ento ombesre mo obi amusa no sansam no enso emfamfa ho enti Messi kodo grill no ha enti ono and dasne grill no yes or baba be durunti ye grilled feed in kakra e pro kodru Marseille na bibia and some editem.
France last night after Marseille booked a private jet for him to complete his transfer, which could eventually be worth over £30 million. Upon arrival in France, Mason Greenwood received a warm welcome from Marseille fans, who continuously sang chants in his honor, and the former Manchester United player seemed visibly delighted, applauding and waving to the Marseille supporters. Mason Greenwood, accompanied by his girlfriend and their first daughter, will bolster League One giants Marseille for an initial fee of £27 million plus £3.2 million in add-ons, with Manchester United also retaining a 50% sell-on clause in the deal. Fans believe the strategy combination of their new manager De Zerbi and Greenwood will create a formidable attacking force for Marseille.
And the girlfriend na kana sem kran so ko bi o oni akoda no ko bi it Greenwood no by the yamianse o waseda kese party on former Hetafe for omaya de pass or revival the career na Greenwood abepiem Olympi Marseille ebe pojuma adi amomo eno adi abano no ye ko Newcastle United head coach Eddie Howe no on sem bra England adwuma no ba yes ye pe coach no o ti be pre wo fie ha wa prana kapore supreme mo confirm eseni dia be pimpi se England enya na omde no be adwuma na the how the simple problem to just one no or commitment no wo edema me pato Newcastle United boboko no ono still no intact as long as a Newcastle pony for ebeko supporting the club's hierarchy it was a support only the how why not ono committed the commitment that one very intact e be pm asonte ye enti ohia support the film pony for SBP so betuma kama na Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. Ronaldo boy no oko ana sabobo konuma omama na special award na under 13 no yesi boy ye ene said o say goals no yesi ball no masa na o keka sunta award no de man no e said o ball no poor niam be pro ye ma under 13 ana sabobo kono internet so mutime award na kura na wa na sa no said o mo feeling no adan ahwe me ne Ronaldo ba ene teammate o yeso o ko school a anya sam getwa o manem other class no me ni Cristiano Ronaldo ba ene both the same team me ne paketwa Ronaldo ba no na no ko ne sa tu mi kom Ronaldo ba no madam fo pa no Ronaldo ba no he na no ko ne mi ko didi ye hwe o ne mi ko papa mansi num tin kura no so yes o ma firi be pray yes nti uja fo papa no nti uni asom agena wora be pia kama na former English manager Goran Eriksson okay no na Eriksson is simply a player to the football ama the English Football Association English FNO or say o ma da so say Eriksson and a dad left no ana club and a pep a down me no na Goran Eriksson say or culture English Football Association Richard Masters mon putting for na say munya sa na man kura say chenchina say England manager oye English ye nyan be pia we o gidi pass o bia timi adwuma monko for the best osisa two coaches mo ko fa ba komra munya Pop Guardiola munya Jurgen Klopp din wom mawie enti munya nya tentra say so English na ye bo Grand Porter ono oba Chelsea e dey no Chelsea be ye na ye put it in for English England national team kasi Grand Porter na the English enti everything the football e den ama efe no so munya very careful monko for the best and trese tentra esem mu manager na every England eno edo dia tuja ye de ehun sem piem am so no so ye piem na emfa transfers no kakra mfa so Robert Renan and some Brazilian ma remfi say Zenit e de ne ko loan e international ma me fan to that Argentina later say be anano pay enyina ene say yes Inter Milan for so mo pe point no or 21 years Inter yes price tag in 10 million Inter say da bia betua omo de pass ball no be gina atire ho a obetuma dibuga na bunia na be bia nso atuma kama ati amombo okọ AC Milan later samete esa brante fan Strahinja Pavlovic omunya ball no pe all be player yes 18 million euros na plus add-ons no anoma omonso ede koso mo kwakofa point no yes 80 million no plus add-ons they see okwa mama they may tell say Zenit for no there and answer AC Bobo Kono e dia kona Salzburg for no AC ko mu demand ne so ana AC say yes ke betima tua no no ye the 18 plus add-ons ne count na 25 million euros there the about Pavlovic apa no be poituma yes Salzburg for no scan wo form AC for be ya momfa kakran fon kan AC Milan fon say confess no the woman no eno an ye dey pa eno e de metan no na liu prayer wa join United leni euro that's the party. When you say euro now, what you know, I had all training ground social Messi cause mount. Na so timisia kwasi na otia na bibia kama na otia Messi Mount kama omudidi nkomo na Messi Mount so man akwaba to Manchester United. Na Leo Metropole bobo ko ne say omo dwiri omo initially omo plan is a boy no meto na 40 million omo 40 million enti Manchester boy mo 70 ba no say hey everybody that say on say omo discount 2 year pa it's so omo dey no 40 as a down in the move to Liverpool sa na koye Liverpool ko 400 wa bram part of Benfica na sa akra no mo pe na lesser into pokba sa na so mutemejenti yes euro dey sa na akwa yo yes leave for say 40 grand na ye po Manchester for about 70 enti one ye say ne akire din ye said da na ye nye na tintan no mo poa na ombaji scanner to ye eno e de toja Manchester United na de metenesam I say Poniforce 7 players amebodi no we roll call pa utu din account omodo mu nyina ekọ selwa ye ton omodo to transfer bi su contract na wu eti United bobo no yes the research mutim United no eni but oji mutim no the ten steps are press when Poniforce mu do mo kwan 7 players every Old Trafford omato to aba abante zigzi ana brante euro omapa eti 2 na so omoton mo Harry Kofi Maguire and Poniforce o player number 1 di apimo Victor Lindelof, Erwan Bissaka, Scott McTominay, Christian Eriksen, Casemiro, and Anthony. Anthony Diane, yes, in Ponifonia Carter, Anthony say, oh no, onya club, bomb up on Benaco. I just a club loan. Not our club and the salary or United no or I very ready say be as our salary no on Betiadiama Anthony Ekobas Ome Anthony Manako and no Eden 24 catcher Anthony now Brante McTominay Fulham Bobo Kono let us make say Fulham for so interest as so munya Brante McTominay almost up into Fulham Bobo Kono as so or your muti as our Brante fan McTominay Scott Omunya na be Pia can and some at Amomo and no under the Okupim and no Sutoda yet ehun sempia mama no pay e wo dwuma de so live on AP radio 105.7 TV ne AP TV Facebook no AP TV GH ye de ehun sempia mama so no so mama found to that sem Alvaro Morata what no sembe pre weekends what trend up to AC Milan couple e ka be pre de chraw on se enura ana de no ye SSDD e signed sealed done and dusted no be plan so to go through na Atalanta se no kopie ma Europa no omna agio wa bra Ademola Lukman dwuma again Bayer 04 Leverkusen na Atalanta manager Gianpiero Gasperini na Mr Gasperini the same piano pay tuye de Gasperini say no eventually was sign ama Atalanta ni be piako na ogido pass Atalanta bobokon good team na ni joba pa oba Atalanta nye over 8 years bi pio to ama Atalanta bobokon o sinle kono Zaniolo obe bonus force na coming season no sadia ba kwa wo hwe ni Super Cup no on say European Super Cup no omone Real Madrid and bepo omone je mepato Europa Madrid the Champions League into compare so much so say he can't wait he say no plans and offer nya how de koche ko fowi na odide pass compare so na say Super Cup no otemejema Atalanta a big game opianim opo against team to say Real Madrid opian de wom omo experience no wontime fa Atalanta a day and to Real Madrid ho nemo Gasperini say ade biom be piaje title no esem onene mranten etime or see ever since omo di Europa no na nya je Atalanta messages or monsa ka ono ankasa messages are upon so no and then messages get to it tells you team na upon I say the last time a trophy every PM European trophy by Italian soil no ate ye papa mo na diaba into obiam for munya go pia po mabaso enom ane sama Gasperini ono so eti apo abontia betuja ye di ensem pima mutuma jene so mameko Sergio Kun Yaw Aguero. He was a very fantastic striker nenso yare into a job bon tem papa na Aguero no ana ye ni din koma kakra na ye busa Sergio Kun Aguero say Inter Miami and combo pima like na comedy saying na yebaka kute feed no Aguero say and combo pima like no essence Inter Miami bobo kono omo the greatest of all time and you can go to no omo go to Abrante fen Leo Koku Messi and to combo pima like the piombeje na yankuti Sergio Kun Yaw Aguero
finish in the Premier League,
maybe winning the league. Yeah.
You think they could win the league?
The God is playing in Inter Miami. It's Messi.
So anything is possible.
With Messi is possible always.
Anything is possible.
Always.
I like that. Where would Inter Miami finish in the Premier League?
Maybe winning the league. Yeah.
You think they could win the league?
The God is playing in Inter Miami. It's Messi.
So anything is possible.
And he said you couldn't Yaw Aguero no. Or see no more Messi the Premier League in there. Oh Messi everything. So the better league and no said you couldn't Yaw Aguero. And no do Sansana to Jana Kobe Manu. Hey, Kobe, Kobe akonya new hairstyle for and the coming season, United will correct Oji will tell United will pray season start here we are the Kobe man no or see new hairstyle there pardon only drip in a coso yes swag in a coso and the Kobe man no Ghana need this year no na England for any final no ojina po no won baby na nsase no I don't crofo say akwa so Ghana ni ye liar no ye liar oza kwa brane wo hon bia hwena no de nsa rani kanum na nsase ho din sa no ye anti almost what so ye Ghana ni papa tradition ko so o da ko bi maso enti ko bi man ni hell start nya me ya duma season start ya man we no de pa enom de no so etoda ye di letters be bre to ani mo so Napoli bobo ko training ko so Napoli anybody here for the bro coming season de enye easy udi si efamfo betwa enti Naples wo Napoli no yes yeah Partenope omo training session nanra ahwo dimpa so Napoli press no na be the dem say yes obo prepare towards the season. Antonio Conte onu training obemu di no masa o te wona ho sese Antonio Conte Mr Conte obetwe hu so nyina na be pia kama de ama enti Napoli team no omo resume training no be pia enso etima koye di ama mo eno edi eto jade hu sempima mu joma tene so na I mean, fun to him say, Upim on some food from other Gulen so spending a vacation in Turkey, or called boardroom, a beach war, and on other Gulen so called spending me pato, on also be Pierre come out, cause spending me beer, a holidays, the word deal Gulen, or after say, Unias a marvelous go say, now Mount Bian Farmer, no number the Lami Yama, or send your problem, or who piece or concentrating, now when you're more, never Pierre come out, Jamano, Matthias Sule, Nasa Priano. Letters are made in a Wakant Leicester City in Juventus Bobo Consa Oma. Nam Wakatro say obeso join Roma ni team ope waka che agent no Leicester say Juventus oni be bia ko enti Matthias Sule o si team ope so boy ba ko pe AS Roma enti AS Roma de we go through a empanifon fan ko AS Roma ko ni team a ono Matthias Sule ope so obo enye team pia Leicester for pe sansan Juventus for pe si Roma ano bebo Romelu Lukaku latest American upon say Lukaku ni wajisra oje na obete so obese ojoane Chelsea boboko no enti uni abejoane Chelsea boboko no dia ene na ese ni wajis no otimi eteso na yesi why ready why willing ese obeti wajis no so hum na wajoane Chelsea boboko nti 11 million oje no yesi obete so about 6 million no ajoane Napoli no ne Antonio Conte akwa ye adwuma nti 11 million de nyante a emperifo de atona ni so mbetuma tua sa sika kra nti ono so Japan yesi kwampia so emperifo ntimi ntua ono oni problem bia wo de emperifo be bia no ono owura ne tin ade Lukaku som obese original with Antonio Conte na omotum automatic Luka no na hugo lori former keeper Edema the French national team so no ne ma ne papa ne ma me cry politician wo France wo ska ofipa na lori say ade Argentina press na ye no waka tro mo eyenim guase de mo obika se mistake no obi anya adwe nipa bia wo kasa se ba odwene wansa no waka enye mistake boapaye ana omaya sa enya ne papa kura sasabe ubekasa bia wani age bebre ntino me wani gem na me yesa ono omunya adwene boapaye enti se punishment no course on next time ogide pass omomba momani adaho yenya ade sa yenya unua sa eno Hugo Lori ana odi sansam no ajaba bonta betoja yedi exclusives wall update ni sempima mo ana power show live on AP radio 105.7 AP TV GH latest exclusives wall update no ana de un sempi brem no pai ewujuma de so anche be sane form na abaja fo aba beto so na ya pinsim mo na Pep Guardiola England national team no Pep Guardiola obaka kukuchi was miti krum ha ana ma sorry say oil money tina me yade ene the national team ne pay me England any oil money it mo bi an national team sem bi an target no some money oil money some say oil money tina o yade obi ye adwuma yade instead some be bona paso say Pep Guardiola yade no mo ka tell no say oil money tina the national team be coach money oil money oma into Pep Guardiola.
Allegiances to England, I would consider it. Young Erling was born in Manchester after all. People in the press are saying that I want to manage England. Now, why the hell would I want to do that? England doesn't have any oil money. Their team can't win anything. And it's not like I can buy better players. Maybe if they could convince Erling Haaland to switch allegiances to England, I would consider it. Young Erling was born in Manchester after all. But I can't win a trophy with that cursed Harry Kane as my striker. I'd rather manage fucking Real Madrid. People in the press are saying that I want to manage England. Now,
you should wear the beer. Panty. Abufon or the Casano. Someone say, oil man no to 2 players. Wakara was empower. Want me you should have cursed Harry Kane. Emfanya England na juma somebody man to hala ade abadia obu mo bepa some say oil money and want to press into no ya de enti Pep Guardiola do and want to bo aba park so hala ti Pep Guardiola and ade sansem na etuja ye de hun sempima mo so no so nti e pafie na ya ba betin komo na racism no ya ba betin komo bibiri e wo fia nti e ko nkrofon kroso ko fan sempi edi ebremo ene anopai latest ni na ana yede ba yamra na yemidin komo mamema bojafo akwaba sonko kwa sokra the researcher
President.
Good morning, bro.
Good morning, President.
From Boko.
Nyamya Boko na answer.
Boko is here na check.
I share say there. Ya nyine homo ya hye anim. Utimi koni ebusa bibi akora se. Ha se unjua de akora da.
Kakra pa. The researcher.
President.
And some ho.
Ansem ho na se de Pep si kasa ne de Pep Guardiola ebia sesei no. Woni Ancelotti mu ba ko na mo ye the best in the game. E wo club football. What I say wo bodwuma. Beto ye den ya wo money nso ka ho. We den ya ne de.
Omo e ka ho. Omo mana ye se ase yo nuntia na.
Enye omu nyina ho. don abasobode a bi nso bono no oje abasobode pa
fo ankasa no mo ha adwene
ye nyina ye ha adwene mo ye nye ni England nko ye wiase nyina o
wiase nyina but England ha adwene dodo
o ya sure oti o mo kasantia na se udru Madrid ya se de o muside ayi Nico Williams to apampantri so eho no ho no ubun so mo so ha adwene pa football no de we da money no obia Real Madrid de money victims ni nyina o nyina o mo obia
football de scan
e scan obi mu so wo scan so mo nkrofo ma fo mo ntimi nye
oh yes
what ya enti Pep wo bodwuma
I say he can't use that cursed hurricane.
Hurricane they say Pep akokan ya kan wa ha anti Pep kan me say big news bia
e do mon koto hala amre no
mon to hala emre no
I never heard racism in football.
Racism de me hu kwan so be fa so a e be twa wo football mu
intimi on
dabi racism na me na da ha na adwunu racism hu say e be ye free football mu racism e no man no say di go akwam na ba bi obi a free no ho fine man said be obi timatina ho ma wa enjoy life na racism pa dear president mimi no mienu any I say no to racism by FIFA
said was the kind no German for we near me German
yes
by Lusua
ya dear kanipa ho ya dear kan ye ho the moment ye beti ase na be boae me free ha say o free ha onye minua simple but to da no mama na bro so
Mama the maestro akwa bankomra. The maestro.
Prezo.
Good morning, bro.
Morning na bi o ko de.
I'm at Darum announce me.
Then you me say. Racism no there. I think say it has been something that right from the onset creation a baby as Yankopon born new years no. I think say Juana racism say a baby as and it has continued to the ages of time it mirror into our football and football in the realm no is not only about say ball no, but then it talks about different kind of people ni baby free in the dimensions of the world and how some other people if you say either superior or inferior about them. And number racism they very, very efficient on that particular matter. So racism they I believe that is still in football. Say over the weekend and I say somehow in the week you who Argentina players are not omuru France for Anomo used to kill Mbappe, the mame and the papa Eddie Natem. Then you talk about the vice president of Argentina also by Ebeka and Semi Brady found. No what's about here over the weekends or so. The rising story I give Brita for Etimatro letter dia coma FIFA say almost shame na the side of Spanish players no who almost say almost chanted in a new song na Rodri mum na yes no because of say winning against England and Omunim say baby Omotin no a territory of England and Omu believe say it belongs to them so say no FIFA interim UN for so akasa dia fa so I think say it all translates to be in the depth of racism in football and I think say the way and manner now is he speculated as a caution discrimination has been one of the highest peaker I was here and it is not going to end in football unless we're able to find the antidote for that kind of thing that occurs with football. So racism is still in football and it will still continue, especially in the realms of Spain. It will still continue in football.
Aranti abaya phone ato mo kan yanko Facebook no sumra na yem trust na yem pinsin mana pai still life on AP Radio 105.7 AP TV GH so Facebook no Heaven's Gate so here show no did good morning boss as usual I'm enjoying the show live from KNUST campus. Let's go. Greetings to my lovely mom Adjo Frima o mama Adjo Frima dasepa mama Adjo Frima edasepa Rich Farmer. Good morning AP Sports. This pep video is AI generated. Check it what Pep will not say that. Before a video check it one Pep Guardiola. Okay, why? Okay, I say I'm Cosmos from Sunyan, watching you live from Sunyan. Thank you. Ibrahim Abdul Ghani say good morning. Finest boy, good morning guys. I'm watching you live. I'm watching you live from Takwa Tamsu. Okay. Barca update by Manchester United levels. I'm watching live from Elmina. Okay, we're from Manchester team in United. So they obre. Chancellor Evans Labi. Good morning to you guys. Doing a fantastic job. The best sports show in our era. I'm watching live from Koforidua. Koforidua in Krankai. More update on Chelsea. More fire. Kofi Aduma Blackburn Accra Pig Farm. Anna Kofi and so he show ni Eddie Free Kofi Nyamishrao. Princess Samoa Big Brother. Good morning. Love from Bebian Kumu. Okay. And also Edo there by Ibrahim Abdul Ghani. You say good morning, Ibrahim. And also the other man. Keep your messages coming. APTVGH, Facebook in the Mamen Corner. The researcher and Tatamam. The researcher.
Presido. Well, yeah. You ever heard Olympics Games news kakra bi?
Enter.
Nyame adoma dafia dana ombe opening ceremony bet. Football be start on Wednesday. And near her Africans so CAF Super Cup CAF for the date na bane yeah more Africa. Near her Mamelodi Sundowns for I signing via president anodene for African Football Club no timi tuya 3.2 million euros ekoto player. Na that 3 million euros no kura no president no kura timi sign a shebre
omo ye bo and ye
they are doing football. I like everything about South Africa to see when say the reason why me penny say I want to see Ghana like South Africa in football. We can do it. Yes, strategy oh you we have money. Yeah, no mama kumbi nubina and shada enko my president.
The mindset.
Your mindset no. Mama shasi in free Japan. And we say sports nye nyina. We say sports kwa de bibia omo. Ye nyina na ye educate ho na ye sua de ni ye hwe normal president obetimi ama ya brabo akoyi. And Japan omo gymnastic team no mo de 5 athletes na eko. And omo captain ye Shokumi Ata, she's 19. Ya pamo ni so wonko fie. Reason is okusmoki. And Japan so mra makwan.
Me smoky o.
Unfree unya every 20 years kwa no tobacco untimi smoky enensa. Omukura smoky ni kura emra wo ho ha obesi antise ha bia be fa bia na we ehye na we yesi no. And I think manage samra no ho. So unya 20 years under no circumstance. One nearly do omo. On your captain. Omon fa home. Omo no ade ma manage abrofo no say Mason Greenwood de bia meka say Mason Greenwood nya ahwe o. Unu de kwenti Mason Greenwood o mayere no. Omo ye Mason Greenwood popular. He plays for Manchester United. Also be din pa. Ni left foot, right foot. Sharp. Enti wode ne sakoka oba. Ye de Mason Greenwood wa wonam nchen bia sebi woni din no. On tempted. Yes, into omo no omo wodin no. No dem bra na yere wom. And I think that Japan fund they have done well. And ababa wan so we no wa pacha wa okofie. Emra makwan be bia no ho abegina odin wo Japan fo ngoma mu a omru 20 years o so ko ehu omo na ko omo prepare akọ Paris akọ Olympics games no. And ababa wan no mo you know free mu something special for them. Yensu bibi emra na ye sha ye nyirim.
Sa pepe.
Ibi amekasa Ghana nyese mra ni ha o emra ha beti ye nyirimu bebre obi ha beti nsem bi wo social media no na wo se kura afem beti obi hundi obi ye ne ha we se ye no ma ya yensu banbon na ma efin aye o man yimu ma amen so to a entimi nko enti yensua sa no ma no say obi o ye captain pa na emra adini sa no yes yemfa emra enhye yensem and make a Friday no omo ye opening ceremony and this time no opening ceremony be ya hwe no wo stadium.
Oh yes.
Ya no wo stadium man. We do om de ende om se om be ye wo Riverside. So kese bi e wo ai Paris ho no. So kese pa. So no be na opening ceremony ye wo ai enso so. O say last Olympics games no. Olympics games competition am monitor pa.
Oh yes.
And last one now opening ceremony na any competition omo ye no entirely almost nina behind closed doors because of COVID. Japan Tokyo for ne dey bia misumo mo boka. But on be revive omo ho. Na o say kwan bia so ekoso. Because at least ni atreni abobo mo so omo ba. Na ye de kese se ni nipa da sani bia ni ho. Eno hwe we say ya 10,500 athletes and be compete wo ho. Eno hwe 222,000 enso so nipa ne be mo invite. And 104,000 and so na ye hwe animu say 104 million yes ɛne yɛhwɛ animu sɛ ɔmo nso ɛbɛtɔ ticket na sɛ na meka ne bɛyɛ opposite of Tokyo Olympics games and Wednesday no I think say it was on Wednesday na Paris mayor Annie Hidalgo ɔyɛ ɔbaa say Riverside na meka no ɔmo si so ni mo yɛ fi ɔmo take time no ɔmo team the moment ma me to mu no swim yɛ no ɔkyɛ sɛ the river is ready for the games
ɛkwan da hɔ
ɛkwan efunu nani ase abie
ni mo yɛ fi nkura no na te sɛ hakoro
ɔmo team
ente say hakoroji
oh na ye de nsu asem de unse nsu asem de wo say ye nsu akese ni nyina no tamaso say wo say ye ho adwuma
sure
ntina wenu man kitingiti o me ma obrofo no mu hu ye yana aso o mu say no life no nso adwene ne no me untimi kan nyam say broni wa adwene chen bibini sa anasa mo adwene chen before no say omo aye wo omo abrochire na omutimi eco school call manim no so you can see the difference between omune obi like LeBron James who represent here na difference between one abrofo no basketball so ntinye say ye damp sa say ayo but normal ba community bi na emane nkoyi enti Paris ho de Olympics games we de unya chance bi
ahwe woman ni right mayor no okay what tinsu na no na abrofo de enti more than 300,000 spectators na ebehwe opening ceremony no so na ebehwe from river banks and so no bejeja no river I think 37 bridges
wow
to we see na we wa ha oh menya na nka mo ho ebe spectacular fiada 3 hours 45 minutes no be opening ceremony no
nice
nti ebe hoop and the man ye fe kwan say omo be performing no we say we na na any music na eko artist omo keep omo nyina secret the Olympic games is be like touch no so they keeping secret in the France for the omo so de 1.5 billion dollars na omo invest for 9 years until after games no ma aka ho nyina yo omo ade a unse ye bi wa kram no mienu ye ko bi
na ko de park na ya
pitch no say anye ni ye
anopa ye bi
do ma eno so asama ba ho
de wo wi a
de omo
new constructed new built one
and omubema 100 head of states and governments and so invitation nti yade a 100 ya attention is a sports world no ho ne nyina attention ko free da fear da kode bibi obi aye bia nti afi transfer window no be no makakra because Copa America ni Euro no overshadow then Olympics games ni so ba fancy for na promise we ne be best Olympics games ever.
Wow.
But ade any opening ceremony ye koye wonsu so de nsu na mu di boats na ye de mu na mu nti ye say Ghana de 22 delegates na eko ye relay team ni ka ho
oh yeah
and I'm say Rosemont ono so e ka ho nti omo nyina on enjoy some moment no nti we need the reason why nti a unya opportunity na we say chess na sports no ya ade a athletics basketball football ade yo fa ho because e ni monyam hye yen munyam shade pa and I was in Olympics for no so I promise say uji gold medal be we scared be man for the first time
wow
nti we ya there I say ye PE teachers ne omo talent for sports
omo di ma
time aso say o say ye boa omo na ye push omo na omo bodwuma and president too say mamenye Africa transfers kaka
oh yes
kwekwa me CAF Super Cup ye de ko Kingdom Arena or Saudi we say last year USM for share Ali no ye sambo Saudi Arabia ho into we had the last 6 finals emu 5 ya bo outside Africa ya bo ni nyina ye bo miensa wo Qatar na second time so ayeko Saudi na ni nyina ye say Saudi for no omo ya willing say ewiase nyina football no muso do ho bewuram sports angasa and football no the moment ya do Africans football so dimu tintimayon facilities ni ani but nipa na angasa say gina park so bo no do na ya Africans mo modern so on free hakra na say a face of world football no Jude Bellingham eden ya bibi kakra be woni mu of Africa
yes I know there
Kylian Mbappe kwa de obvious one Cameroon ni Algeria inti Africa do eden ya ya ho emfiri mu da inti Saudi for no so yo madwen say umbe wuram ha sei no mo ya strike agreement I know say Zambia mo ni say Zambia mo ya preparations ye be kwa AFCON na wo Saudi Nigeria for kra so ko besi wo kakra nse Ghana mu se ne kata mu so ye ta ko kata pa yes ni nyina ya de ya de bie kwan mu de aye de Saudi for ndi bie kwan de atwen World Cup no be host no nse amam for fair sports washing say omo de ti omo ni mo human rights sem no e wo form but Saudi for ndi omo nti so do go bi no abe eso mo boxing ya kra be hwe football so almost do hu ram and obi o ma twen N'Golo Kante ni Karim Benzema ni King Cristiano Ronaldo mo kwa there. It means that they can do anything. When you have a boy CAF Super Cup no. Now you between Ali ni Zamalek. When say Ali o maji 8. I'm no maji do. Ali for has a crazy first Super Cup ja Ali.
Oh yes. No so no muni baby.
O maji 8. Zamalek for so aje makuma ko 40. O mi no mbi sha we CAF Champions League na we say so CAF Confederations Cup. And o mi ni no mo kwa jini so mba krom ha be say ade wa ha. Ali for be wini mediama 1-0 wa ha si. Na Zamalek de adano ma me reho pa because na no ma be da so de man ya o mbe say yen koye. In to transfers na make no. I mean for we transfer see e be kan. Well transfers no. Presido Mamelodi Sundowns. I think say omo club or say yebo mabaso omo club omo
African president
18 is it the manning crofo bi na papa no say papa no we nyame ahira no Patrice Motsepe
Africa or the 6th richest man of the
we superman because oba no me ade am say me mpe wo African game no ye say ye date hihye no me say WAFCON no now say nke born June July I think that this year. But calendar nnya akabe 19 months me hu bi kurada
we am busa wasembi
mate eno nko ana me problem
wo ho CAF Champions League in a confederation
mate eno nko ana president me problem wo ho and Mamelodi Sundowns no mo announce say o mato Brazil na ye friend Ata Oliveira sales
players from Brazil
ni boy 3.2 million euros
wow
was signed 4 years from Vasco da Gama Academy. And our bar Lomeleski ewo Belgium for second division.
Yeah,
Tinka ha enka England enka championship Ghana ha enka division 1. Na wanya I loan stints ewo I last year I think we bought Bahia ewo Brazil. And we bought Pacoche de Ferreira and so Portugal. Wow. And umutua 3.2 million euros. And they have no Presido 3.2 million euros from Africa. And one so Roman Falls. And when someone answers so Becca or coaching team no. He's only 34 French or coaching Amazulu. Eda I was South Africa.
Wow.
And Mamelodi Sundowns from Buza say, "Eh, no music free for him for 3.2 million euros." And
sponsors more.
A record was South African football.
Oh yes.
When the biggest transfer fee was 2018-19 season. You move here Percy Tau from Mamelodi Sundowns to Brighton. Also call Belgium mo anko ye na Odiba Ali. Omo 23.2 million euros. And no ton chanya Marcelo Allende or Chilean. Omo turn from Montevideo City, Tokyo. I talk as an about in Montevideo City. Uruguayan club. Or Chilean no
Montevideo.
Yeah, Montevideo me dasi. Not just so you will be an anchor Arturo Vidal mo no or highly rated. Omo 22.9 million euros. Or born the 3rd season.
Wow.
No more than free home than about Mamelodi Sundowns.
They are doing football.
Omo dear. Just say idea odwene ho kura wonti ase.
And we are playing football.
And before that and so kwa no matter I Tashrik Matthews. Ono so mo toni free IK Cyrus from Sweden for a league. Ono so mo tua 1.5 million euros. 1.5 million euros. And to me no this transfer window I Tashrik Matthews near South African. Okwa academy wo you. I Dortmund. And to me no matter 4.7 million euros on them. Only the reason why they want to win CAF Champions League, African Football League, they want to defend it. And also turn chance where on 2025 FIFA Club World Cup no. And hope preparations no more you know. And hope preparations they say we have coaching staff and no more confirming Roman force. Or more I Ngikiti. On one I will learn no my I co-coaching now I Mamelodi Sundowns da. And no more far Steve Compella. And also so I can't coach. Just say they are planning. I'm only going to I'm going to serve you. Orlando Paris ni Kaizer Chiefs. Avi. And I feel they are more 50 points. A well organized side. And this is a team where you need fina Herbert Mensah money. Harris Akomu managing house ni kotokono. Now your clubs near best 6, 7, 8 steps ahead of Mamelodi Sundowns.
Ghana. Saat class win now so yena no mo hwe so and
na kotoko for special invitation to South Africa.
Yeah.
Say my feed those days no. Say we nsonjeni na kuro mu bo nko ya o. Ya o. Say de bia be fa pen paper na obetwere na enu ase mi waste time bebre on. Sa mo transfers you ni ayimie. Am say I didn't Ghanaian clubs. Now why? I didn't think I ain't me.
3.2
and your players need to free her or your players or more local league no won't be more Sundowns. That's why I'm players on me international national team. National team omoni Nigeria share you home.
Omwe standard.
Omoni Cameroon share you home. Omoni Egypt mu share you home. A level. And some players omoni good enough to play for European clubs yo. Omo keeper no.
But they feel okay.
Omo keeper.
Rowan Williams, right?
One no, I didn't have to convince me say Onana moye better than
first choice for Bafana. Afcon yenye hu no.
Into more decent squad there, quality wo and we share team now is more South America for 5 na me fancy. I end the near Chile ni Costa Lucas. Last year I'm funny for Beveren, Belgium. And Esquivel, Matias or Argentine, and more Serino, Gaston Serino, only Uruguay ni, and on the Atasis, Oliveira na Soso, only Brazilian. In the CAF Champions League in the Ali Fonde, they are always the favorites. But young how mentally so much we come mentality. I think that they can do well. Your clubs, no, we have to learn something from them. If you must be free,
Mame Musa, CAF Champions League final. I know you're born 2 legged affair.
You're born about Kunamfa. Imagine say CAF Champions League finals no. You're the Baba Shep Babayara Sports Stadium. Ali, Ene, Raja, Ene, yes. The Padrosan on Betim Diaba.
And that is our problem.
Yeniska
Africa. And then the day, I don't know your Krumudia like it will be to me travel every baby.
Oh, on the back be.
But the thing is, say Omoye to us were the first time, don't expect results.
Set me who said Ali for share Kaiser Chiefs 3-0 and yes. Neutral grounds.
Yes.
And now with that for share Ali 2-0 and the Umbo Morocco.
Yes.
Then he pass share Homa.
It's way
because with that the Moroccans.
So you see, it's the first time no. May expect results.
And the better yes.
But twice no they will come.
Yeah.
So young quit because a man in Luku Emma ye CAF Champions League no and Luku real.
And go open back. What's back on my try and ye
to anye na eba man ha me ebe
and benya how no pay. Anye ye.
I say born back.
Kabako no your
back no Europeans in there.
Imagine Europeans in there.
You fix it date now obi a twen. To you and yes o mo nko
South America.
Baby, I'm just say almost fixed date now. Date say CAF European Champions win able Madrid ne Dortmund
able.
Ya fixed date na to the whole world will be a train.
President Europeans will be more one day. Yen better key in 250 years and seen do level no.
But yeah no normally I kind of Ghana but Africa if only you're willing.
Oh, Africa no. Omo betimi enough. On se we ye sika.
So tio. So I didn't know for no so monso ye because say wa mo esim betimi monso monko.
Amo eno kra no musika sam no kra mu nyu say Europeans no. Okay, ma example we. Kotakwane Kotakwane asek be CAF Champions League 2026 final say da koche Cairo. Da koche Cairo International Sports Stadium fa be nipa 85,000. Ye wa hia kotoko this economy kotoko ntimi fa nipa 2,000 crown.
But who say football, one thing that I know, as you do level where we impose.
Sir.
Yes.
You're Canadian, cry, meaning Camania and Anke born once you.
So we also once now you're monitoring any mileage.
Because you're born to no, the BOB I second home no be or second leg no home. Oh, advantage.
Yes.
Experience for any without any Ali for ball, I'm say, the venue will win the game for Ali. And this experience, and it's only for a good chair. CAF champions will follow this season.
Oh yes.
Next experience they were so solid, but second leg na ko shake hero,
which is wrong.
Enti ebe how and Zamalek phones
a hybrid. And ebe racism in football.
Mate president.
A hybrid. Yeah, mama quite a maestro so. The maestro.
Prezo.
Good morning, be.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay. Racism ni dinya.
Edinya na. Before say me basono. Mami ka Amakye asem ne kakra.
Okay.
Africa, we are not pertain to the political entity of our continent.
How?
We have most of these kind of countries are only out in the boundary line. So when you talk about borders across most of the countries almost share boundaries together. Africa, for you to have an easy penetration of movement from one country to the another has been a problem. if only say ubenya easy movement from one country to the other no has been a problem for Africa as a continent. So if one African member wants to find an easy movement right from Ghana to Sudan, and that's right from Ghana to Nigeria, to Benin, to Cameroon, it will become a problem. Because the borderline over there no will ensure say who are free Ghana na oko Benin and say who free Nigeria oko Cameroon no. Will legal document how to be removed a problem. A legal document in the Crown say most of these countries allow most of we the Africans to even enter their country through that particular borderline.
But I want to say with football, one thing I in football is an in Kabumba.
And a
sipen Krampo say and to course Ivory Coast, if you remember.
Yeah.
It took a footballer,
Didier Drogba,
yes,
to unite them.
So you understand.
I believe in those things. But once there is a particular movement, the movement now you be share a neutral venue no. The neutral venue no will actually depend on the more concern of a venue a bit for supporters from one country into the other.
Okay.
So once the venue is neutral, a bit containing supporters from one particular place into the other. So when you look into it, say supporters neighbor is either some by air and some by land. That's the reason why Oko Europa from Holland to Germany just 2 hours. From England to France, you get about 1 hour 30 minutes. Movement within these particular European countries is very easy.
So Argentina
unlike our country.
Argentina Alini Zamalek and I qualify for final. 2 Egyptian clubs. And yeah, Argentina, Egypt to Morocco, Egypt to Tunisia. What I say? Egypt to Algeria. More baby.
That is, you see, so you target the northern sector. No, making sure say some northern sector now or more clubs are going to the finals. No, you get these particular clubs or another supporters some world perfect one. But over here, no, you are resistant to say a bit might change the culture in our football. No,
we go here,
and that is the problem.
Super Cup, no more Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
no,
so unse check here. You get a clear plan. Say the clear policy and direction of Africa in football. No, we are lacking behind when we compare our football to the European football. No, clearly, we are lacking behind, and only if say these particular things bit more efficient, it will deal with the political entity of these countries now. And then it all go to transcend in the efficient use of our African Union.
Okay.
So African Union to me are powerful enough to make sure say a bit more easy a lot of movement into the
and countries be at home.
Oh, say I make a sure. That's how you got a point in time some years back. Now Kofomo wanted us to eat just one currency echo.
Yeah, oh yeah,
fine amba. Because some certain portion of other part no standing francophone for us. So you get a whole close say yen African for Nankasa and of course, so it will be very difficult for even the CAF Confederation Cup Champions League to, I mean, it will be very difficult. But then to the question now, racism is one of the few moments happen in the world that say
racism Nankasa day.
Very good. So the racism talks about most of the discrimination occurs either from the ethnic entity, and as I say, will be air show. Nasa will be air foul in inferior way, because inferior way I say me look down upon you. As I say, now cry out to cry and
you
must me respect all.
Oza yeye hana empempina kwa man for say e ka racism a Bruni
bibini
me o me friend me yiri Bruni na ye namade a wochini so be friend Bruni also wa abusing racially
yeah
also ye tia ese abrofo no abuse bibi but ye so ye bi also o chin so be friend Bruni
very good
also na friend Bruni because ni pa na wo money din
because of the skin color.
Yes, interracial abuse no.
Say that's what I mean. That's the kind of problem we are facing over here, and this has gone throughout our social life into the football. Social life, no crime. But over here in Africa, Ghana, we are finding it difficult to accept most of these ethnic groups, even among ourselves. It is obi free min body obi free baby a ye be bo hono mu din ye di natem. Obi free hanoma ye be bo hono mu din ye di natem. Even cross okopa adwuma na say obo baby a wo free din po no create me limit on your chance of getting that particular job.
That's true.
So you get to know say racism no is not only about racism in football, but then it has gone to the social life that we live even within our environment. But over there in the football, we have a particular culture in football. Culture in football is either you win or lose, and that's what we draw. It's three different things altogether. But draw no beba in a normal match, but when it comes to crucial match, a bet timia odeni ubi as a champion is either say ube wini and as ube lose. So one will have upper hand upon the other and only be victorious upon the other opponent. Or you victorious we are obe tunyum, obe chante, obe sengi, ube through the other opponent. It's ubu who say Jesus ano si yakobo na si yeshi ubia o de cabo ka 10 to near huru di be huru we di watama area ni akonto kwa ni edwane kofie. This is some of the culture in football, and you cannot eradicate this kind of culture. And it transcended to the extent say Senyama esi aye history etwemu no obitimi fa ono bebo ni otimi de fa edi huru. That is a clear picture you see here between Spain and the side of England. Football match also, that's the Euro tournament also into the final. Clearly it was a particular moment Spanish national team etimi a control a winning against the England national team. No, making sure so England national team also know they will use this particular moment to also chant and sing against the England national team. But over here we had a particular player in the sense of Rodri Cascante Hernandez. I all singing at the time I was singing or reminded one particular peninsula country closer to Spain, or remind you almost say this time around we say England for the name so but this time around because they say you closer to you the people we will have that particular audacity they say yashamu non kwampudi ye dimuso in that particular spell. And etimi escalate a whole lot of things in the world of football. Now, Gibraltar for no etimi akasa afa say this is beyond football. And then it doesn't transcend to the history of football. Say what should be we now the colonial master and asking the colonial masters are not on any year Jumano or the next reno. That wasn't the best way to actually act by Rodri Cascante. Abra O used that particular thing against the Gibraltar. That is the peninsula island na ewo. This talks about some of these racism things in football. Over the week, we saw the side of the Argentina players the France national team players upon so much of the Copa America. Vice President didn't seem to be and this time around over the weekend, we are seeing the new Gibraltar people are almost so rated as a Spanish for no Edisania mano baby. But it transcends to hold up in a particular history. Sa peninsula island, you can say land be a peninsula.
There's a history be way back in, right?
History be way back in. It can be a peninsula. It is just a land that is nearest to a waterlogged area. In fact, in so nature where she so this time around, in so nuncha hunshia but although majority of insone wohono ema land near Ketwa, so it will be called a peninsular land. It's a peninsular land, it is quite different from the island. Island there, a changweshia and a shin. When you check about the procedure of this particular country called Gibraltar, it is closer to Spain. Spain offer Seville ho na omutimi faso ekura into the Gibraltar as a country. When you talk about these kind of things, then you check about say country na ifense Gibraltar na Nankasano. They have an identity. The identity of Nankasano is a rock, and that rock and they share the boundary line between Morocco, Spain.
Okay.
So Mprimpini, but Rebecca say the rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah, the rock of Gibraltar.
Very good. And before that particular time, you indigenous people be a normal honum. Sankrofono mokan the Lanito language. Lanito language is the kind of language na Gibraltar for neka. Now it got to a point in time. Not Spanish, so because you closer to that particular peninsular land, no na a show almost on. So track way back from 1500 to 1704, about 200 years ago, the Spanish people were controlling the Gibraltar people over that particular peninsular land.
Yes, really
Omoda. Now, so it got to a point in time. Now England for no. Any Dutch, if it's Netherlands for no, so that kind of rapport, and they say, Omo coin, you refer be Anglo-Dutch War. Omo throughout, about 300 years in history. 300 years in history, they say, the moment to be who say, who as, Omo could discover land, be one, so most of the people no more inferior. Dutch for no twice or so say, the moment to be twice or so, England for no so be, but Omo ba, no the Dutch for no be, no be two Dutch for the free, to check ye memoir. Portuguese for the buy, next one Dutch buy and a Dutch for the turn here man England because him say sad time before so no settled those cases that in 1713 but the attorney say no more that particular one no count to no mo so no metima ka omo ntama bom no metima conquer some other part of the world so in about 15 to 1700 and Spanish for no air conquer Gibraltar for no one day omo 4th August and Anglo-Dutch, or common tambom, England, and Dutch for Netherlands for common tambom. No, you discover this particular peninsular land be Hanum. Yen can tambom, yen travel by the sea. Near making sure a bit mark Spanish for no. So at that time, the poor deal many more that kind of revolution was called Admiral George Rooke.
Okay.
Only deal many more that particular revolution in 1704. It will clearly na Spanish for no a lot of entourage and no more crew about 15,000 soldiers and na Spanish for no Gibraltar crew and these people no more treat more bad crew now Anglo-Dutch for no coin almost have a particular series because will be I said yet yes na baby she na town for between you when she no ma set a trap against us CH no more making sure says trap no ma set against us no now these people Anglo-Dutch no coin no more Spanish for no from it to mu free chromo it to mu free chromo no ebe a territory between England and Dutch people you control Gibraltar so what I say now omu control no that was 1704 omu control no and omu ankasa ehun say no between England and Dutch for no omu kuntokwa be brain tokwa nti no ma common tema bo mu discover other part of the world omu really omu timinya a lot of resources the free honum and here this time around no, we don't want to fight anymore yenko sign peace of treaty they say you better ye ho ase baby England e wo no me Holland and as me Dutch ni kwan say me ko honum say me so me kwa discover honum but so what I say and as baby a Dutch ni wo no England ni so nko ho say ono so e kwa ko bo ho say I make sure say or colonize honum it almost signed that treaty no in 1713 e wo Utrecht so Utrecht and almost signed that particular treaty no almost signing treaty no and a Dutch for the say South Gibraltar Island hona na say peninsular land hono omo de hono ma England for in take full control upon that particular island hono so within that particular moment in time a hono almost signing that Utrecht Treaty of Utrecht in 1713 no a hono bedane edema England for so omo mum ne enhwe sa akuru no so na Spain for so amounted new strategy say kwan bia so no so mu jade ma England for na kwan bia so no almost be making sure say omo back abe fight for my land because omo believe say Gibraltar ho no e ben omo enu kwan so no England every baby ba no be occupy that particular place no but just as make want to say ke benya map on the pancake be stay map very good so he be a map on that now you clearly see say Gibraltar is situated to the side of Spain Sevilla na be fa na be call it's a Ben Sevilla obi odim Sevilla was Spain bia no Sevilla utwan so kakra bi no wurem so what I say akwa is Ghana ni Togo no near first Nigeria for and I say South Africa for free him almost Ghana yo mo dia no mo beto ahye so abra Togo for ne bo ho e wo kurumu a so you get to realize that it wasn't normal for England people to have done that But then so we check these kind of things that within that time, not countries me not France for can be England, Dutch, and Spain for. But then Dutch for no support to England for no. And France for no so echo support to Spain for no. But France this Spain for common tambum it means in fact it's yomu bom koe. So France for no the moment they can account one particular peninsular land. I mean, they can't want some how much. I mean, Guadeloupe baby. Thierry Henry ni Christian Karambo mo di kan akonka ho no te no kwan se mo ba ha no se mo ba be ha no adwuma. But you could see say from 1774 to 1783 Spain for us also mounted another strategy making sure so ba discover Gibraltar to England for the omefiro influence yada obo buy no omo about 50,000 soldiers nearby. Sometimes soldiers no makai were Gibraltar krum ho no mo guide omo no was England soldiers, and they were just about 7,000 soldiers. Or Mintiman will stand it with a fight now, the side of, I mean, Spain from the Bayano. So within that time, England for no shot in terms of ammunitions. And these people, Spanish from the Bayano, they brought a lot of ammunition conquer the side of England for no. But England for no afraid for reinforcement. And that was the time we used the Dutch for no essay back. I mean, England for no beam. No matter I rediscover the side of the Gibraltar as a peninsular land. So that land, no, be the side of England for there forever. Now, occupy on almost sign treaty
so many years.
Almost sign treaty or what document to which say Gibraltar on your modia.
And Gibraltar for the okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. Almost colonize what to the extent say in just about 2006, and a UN 4 years ago. Baby, in the modernist world, so only if say Gibraltar for the me happiness or more pay independence or meet my work their mom. And England for so more pay independence, the more the better, ebe mom or Monshaw Musubim. So within that particular moment in time, England ambaye a colonial master today side of Gibraltar for the beam in 2006. UN for me declare Gibraltar for say Omunka England Munya found ye. Gibraltar for they were okay. Now this is the moment that Gibraltar for person do who UN. But UN no person do who bomb no. UN for need to request to say modem who boy and the country ben a more far swa modem no so ye per se fa England for so Manka Spain. This is the moment that Spain for to believe say sa time no in Tawantawana do muntem between no money England because of some England from the Bible two mu free be discover Gibraltar into no. O believe that still now no Gibraltar no enyo mo dia. And England also say ye boom near ye two mu free in 1713 no ye signed treaty of Utrecht. And no honum dada. It is a document in Bibia honum the referendum court of arbitration of justice the Hague. Ni enko ka asem no. It has some no mugu so more common can ye. So right now, the Gibraltar Fonso is so confident and so comfortable around the England people.
So
you as a football player there, this is a political issue between two basic countries, two big countries.
And you know, say FIFA so pretty peace. 2-game ban.
So you shouldn't have even gone to that platform to say these kind of things against the people of Gibraltar. Say in the Gibraltar Fonso buofu.
Also,
Spain for no episode and they don't feel okay. Right now, when you go to this particular country, it's a mixture of Spanish people, England people, and Lanito. When you go over there, and the whole has been a residual place. England for Navy, a hono messi omonia may be wow. It's omoni chrono bibiano intact. When you talk about, agent or messi bibia or honum. Or more develop chrono to the basic extreme. So after didn't have in the Spanish from person who claim says Alan near Modia. Was or Masani Treaty in 1713 about 2,000 years ago who no signed that particular treaty. So you want to tell them say land near Modia document be bia or honum and no more so and their claims a Great Britain England for Nadia. I say. So as you speak now, you Rodri, Spain also now will see a kind. And you are actually preaching about racism. England, Hona Osiakai, and you are talking about racism. So you going back to the England and as a Kurumono, how would you feel? Because when you talk about Nkrofor or Manoya, media no so omanugu so they can just dent your image as a footballer. We are talking about these English people. And obi no or racism change these particular people. We even in among you Spanish people, they don't believe Semo Crampono more original identity as a people. Most of them believe say you are influx of Indians and Arabs. So Crampono muni identity. Spanish for no, they believe say muni identity. So you see the whole thing, baby Rodrigo, Cascante Hernandez, baby with the free banner. When they go to a particular point in time, these England people no, can just eradicate them when it comes to racism. England for us almost fair share of the racism. Tembi and a man for to do my time say almost a cramp almost casano and your it belong to a certain people and almost fire. We say Obia history. France for colonize omo. Yes. And within that, no omo imagine so omo indoctrinating the country called England. It's omo books, omo Bibian, omo tochene. Omo kunkum in memo manyingin in Mante Cancran, no more shall say omo the French language no etete omo. So it got a point in time after say England for the found the free France for an seminal. And make sure no we have to go back to our heritage. Yonko for Kasano. So one man been a jar, one particular book I was full of the language. No, so Krano. That's the reason why in most of the English language we don't have a pure language. Language with the English language. Most of the words now English, most of them are French. Most of them are French. So they also have their fair share of that particular racism. They be almost say a French casa na mafa na mix with the English na mo say a casa, and queen na casa, and king na casa. You understand? So almost of a fair share of the racism. But then what I'm trying to say is when we talk about racism, it's purely bad. And then it shouldn't be tolerated in the world of football. Sports. The moment they be belonging to that, Spain for only be a Ronaldinho, would be a Marcosena. Marcosena was a Brazilian. Or naturalizing more Bobo here, no more say no. Omo di be Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o bobo Barcelona to kwedu abono. Oh yes. The Mesut Ozil bobo omo timi to kwedu bono. You see that particular country no omo you full of racism. Omo no di racism no hundina. Last season or last season. The Sevilla fans on the side of Vinicius Junior. Omo huruni manusui. Yes. And these people no more san the Basque people no more krumono. Yeah, the Basque people. The Basque people no more Spain hono. Omo the disade no hujuma it was Spain. So clearly Rodrigo Cascante will free Basque region. So meaning baby will free ba. We'll talk about racism as ancrofono. Almost him two-game ban. I think so. And it's quite okay. Say bet my 3-match ban as a 10-match ban crampa is quite okay because I give it at baby on count not found in the huru after there. It's not quite okay. But then Mamika boxing has some kakre. Oh for sure. Javonta Davis nanu mekan wants some kakra. Now the sandwich man no, and I said the Sandstown man no. It's my idea be in boxing. What's my current sentence on Frank Martin a coin? After I saw the Frank Martin coin, people are wishing say on one case bit generating the biggest fight of the history. Ofefebano only years who kill a coin at the time of 18 years. That was the first biggest fight of coin. Or coin who we need the IBF WBO title. When he won the title, only man is shooting a mainstream boxer at spotlight. Ebedano so kese. Now, Obi pray for say Oni Lomachenko betimi akon. But Lomachenko manage ababon ti abakasa. And this man is actually talking about say the client Lomachenko no is not willing to fight against any other boxer till the end of this particular year, we room to the next year in 2025. Asama Okaya no, it threw a lot of punch to Javonta Davis. Last year, last 2 years. Now Lomachenko wanted a fight from Javonta Davis, but then Javonta Davis saw it to say at the time I'm not Ofefe Bana or Bo Ryan Garcia or Bo Frank Martin or Bo the likes of K. Bruce Mono. Nanka or pay a particular fight from Lomachenko, but Lomachenko to me dodgy. All those no Lomachenko akun. I'm wabo Lomachenko da. But the call sabe penaboni because at that time now Lomachenko no 3 titles. I don't know what 2 titles. So he wanted a unification bout. Okay. And because no pay unification bout Lomachenko emphasize about now mano. So coming on 2024, clearly Lomachenko in his 36 years, but then in his lifetime in the career of boxing, Waku close to about 30 matches. Only one defeat per the winner, and that one defeat was from Joventa Davis. As far back 2015, we had that particular defeat. No.
Okay.
And then psychologically, the manager says psychologically, Lomachenko, Nansian or Konye, and he is not ready to fight any other boxer till the end of this particular year, until next year. And Joventa also wants to fight Lomachenko. Just say, or also dodge the fight amount for a claim saying Konko fight against Ryan Garcia, because Garcia and Tokano or Kosan Tokano just last 2 years, and people believe say the body shift and the body movement, any kind of fan so hate Ryan Garcia, that injury. I'll call a match of in the 8th round. No, people are calling and say it wasn't a proper match, so they want a rematch. Ryan Garcia and Garcia Babonte because he wants a proper match from Joventa Davis. Joventa Davis is afraid to say the undefeated record. No, Ryan Garcia can easily end that particular record. It also dodge Lomachenko. Sorry, or dodge Ryan Garcia Lomachenko, because right now no Lomachenko no 36 years or no Joventa Davis no 28 years. So when you check about the age interval or Kono drew 8 rounder in terms of endurance in the ring, you know, it was very difficult for Lomachenko to endure with that kind of intensity in the boxing.
Okay.
So I don't believe he said some Konunya Lomachenko fight now Konubit building the home against Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, as we speak now, also on the Frank Martin Ekon in the WIBF bantamweight title. But as we are speaking right now, Alonso Mpese on the side of Ryan Garcia Bekon. Joventa Davis air per unification bout. Say no Lomachenko okra 3 titles. WBO, IBF, and the lightweight champion belt. Joventa Davis took 2 belts, or per 3 belts na kahon amana 5, or per unification bout. But as we are speaking now, Lomachenko manager Empeso Obe sign a contract no Enema Joventa Davis. And it has triggered a whole lot of sense in the boxing fraternity. Say Joventa Davis, as we speak right now, no. So Lomachenko into me fast about now money there, then on return it back to Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia deal no a juicy and the money now involving in that particular contract is very huge. Only if so Betimia stay to his close. No Betimia accepted the contract, no fight against Ryan Garcia. So our boss don't go on there, uncle for Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia is ready to fight against Joventa Davis.
Right, still live on AP Radio 105.7 AP TV, GH Facebook on AP TV. Udikuda na edaso na racism na seminar. The maestro Amakye. Onim say Argentine Vice President Victoria Villarreal eren sem kakra tuja. The maestro or say no colonialist country is going to intimidate us for a song that is sung on the pitch or for telling the truth that they do not want to admit. She wrote on X, stop finding indignation, hypocrite. Enzo, I support you. Messi, thank you for everything. Argentines always with their head high. Long live Argentina. Vice President, referee, the president himself, Julio Garros Caesars,
yeah.
Yes, the office of the president reports that no government can tell the Argentine national team, world champion and 2-time American champion, what to comment, what to think, or what to do, or to any other citizen. Or also they 20 Edin Semoba. Amakye Habine.
President. Well, say and some down FIFA that's already no or open investigations.
Investigation by
what I say, open investigation. And me no me program yes and I say Enzo Nkwa omo maka no so e. Ada na Enzo Nkwa na the whole world what the pese kukuno. Enyo no so Nkwa na e video no. Nam say I Alvarez e ka ho.
Doje phone video
e no so. Eye omo nyina omo nyina na eden aye but I say Enzo Nkwa.
Say we say Enzo no na omo ten ne na as Chelsea for na on follow no.
Oh no dey Chelsea for no boys ne dey omo dey mention me no omo nya.
Ada na no omo nya.
Who on follow ni say? Oye with teammate.
No. Na onim so teammate no ko ye.
Genuinely mistake no waye.
Any mistake e boapaye.
Oh boapaye or see a kasachen because player at £105 million untimi on flow dinu kwa. What
but the way
oh do me can say the way any right. But boys never bought Chelsea no. we nye issue a say e ban so Nicholas Jackson so Jackson so one follow no.
Oh yes.
Jackson so
okay mistake o.
Who say
Nicholas Jackson on follow Enzo Fernandez no ko follow Enzo Maresca.
So enti ade a o say kana ye kan because we get Argentina from bia no abeka omo the whole president you omo ayi FA president no ye fe no Julio Garo president no Javier Milei wasaki no so ka say line Messi
ne Argentina president na apamo
FA president no sports minister rather yeah omo president ne Tapia
Claudio Tapia
Tapia ne president ono ne Messi de so for mon comment here na Julio Garo no sports minister o si
obi atwa no nso ye Messi
o si komo empacho case ni si ye na Lionel Messi kura so kwa no onye part of team ne kura so ko Miami kura enti case ya racism de sama kan anya de be free football mu because me no me no tian racism ne mfiri mu what do you say mfiri mu woni pa mu mfiri mu obi ahia ne yonko a na we free ha opeso o chese na we mu mayese enti FIFA mo ne ye paper so keke na ewo ye hu open racism headquarters ya go to Spain.
Oh yes.
Home headquarters honako Jom de vini last year kwa me se Nico Williams ana me yo aya ho kire Nico Williams woye bibia no man Spanish me won't me convince me say Balotelli Italian ngole kanti wo nya French fo asmo kan wo mo ye French fo osmo Dembele mo
Argentina fo me Argentina fo
am ye Italians ana bi nso Argentina fo wo betimi aka
da bi enye so betimi aka enye
president de wo ni say Mercedes ayi
so dey na trigger am ko kansa dey na what the copa
the sase ne ye Mbappe mu ne line Mbappe mu comment about Copa America no be 2 years ago no and between South American football and European football and the sase ko so we buy and line Messi you are son of the and they mean kan wa ha from PSG fans no once we start here no petit kura one no we say ade a PSG fans mu ye no nyai
Mbappe ne Messi
e one start free here
Mbappe ne Messi no so
started from say am PSG for ne start here de amuti line Messi atem omo de ne height we say we dwarf we di o ma no papa tem and the moment I petit was of 98 World Cup no account okay say the moment we mu so beka so mbe so mu no e the confusion beba na confusion so ye den eba e say Argentina ne France no omo ni they are not on good terms you what's a politicians asase esum
oh yes
Hugo Lloris say ye atenima ayi French for ni nyina
so ne ma me politician
a politician na no kwasi me wo ni say France for na bedu tembe mu abesan yi enkrofo na ma France for na
omo de omo nshada anya sa
ye call 2010 World Cup France for coach ade ode ye Ribery mu no ode omo religion na katem say mo be fraye mu ani aneka mu mo say mo ba South Africa mo be Philippe to mo de mo be fraye mu a mo ha dwene pa
Frank omo ye ade
France for no
yes
oh say France for no de
omo nshada
omo timi de players cry 11 but dem 9 say cry blacks and kwanye bo finals
oh yes
in the racism de ade a kasa ni da kasa cry nyo mo hwe kasa no cry nyo obi ahwe and I think so more yadi or more compa England for the Biamica because season bit man then the Quanabia wunya racism case say crowd I was say cool so has Sky Sports or Behuna Nipatuntunate to our camp sports near they are doing well but Spain wouldn't dear omo de omo so do go be no abil and Argentina for one people we know them omo de omo near there te say omo de omo nim say blacks ni omo ade yenso nim so omo nye yade enti ara ho sem na asi no
ha dwene be
yeah
my can Facebook message can ebe ko UK ko interview after Southgate resign and dear course nyinanos a couple of Sunday Fatal say good morning to you all brother Stephen Quartin boss good morning you guys are doing fantastic job I'm watching the show live on Facebook from okay do inside Joshua Evans lobby good morning to you guys I say good morning to you guys you are doing a fantastic job the best sports show in our era. I'm watching you live from Kofodo. Okay, Ibrahim Abdul Ghani, you say good morning. Familia Shadra, good morning. AP Sports. I'm watching you live from Wasa Group. I like your sports too much. More fire. Update on Hala Madrid, no size. Wayfree Glen Asante, there is nothing wrong with playing Champions League home and away. Must we always learn from the Europeans? There be from but a Buama Champions League fan no euphoria na katana no den Glen sa na ye can say Europeans no fan na fix one legged affair you will say attention na no den bebre okay I say must always learn from the European traveling in Africa is really difficult you can go and land in Turkey before doing transit to Morocco. It's really difficult traveling in Africa. Matwase. Ever be really about once what today yes yeah can I say and we there by Halid Mohammed DJ 4040. Good morning, boss. I'm listening to you from invitation fire more fire. Okay. Kwame Poku. Good morning, boss. Football is one of the best games to unite people by looking at the situation now. I think players who are involved in this act must be given at least a month ban, more than finding them. Okay. Most players are afraid of ban more than a fine. That is true. Finest boy, good morning, guys. I'm watching live from Takwa Tamsoke Makai. Away from Menja Paul. I'm watching you guys live from Kuwait. My name is Paul from my name is Paul Kofi Menja. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you. Madropoku. What can we do to rebuild our local league in Ghana? So Augustine and before Amakye, tell me more about United transfers. Then I come and watch you live from Ahafo Kenya say number 2 Jericho. And also the other by Inshraba Nana Kwesi Wusu. I have asked this before and I'm asking again. Is Big Brother a lawyer or a lecturer or a pastor? Please answer while watching live from Amstead Mampong. Greetings to Felix, Lexame, Queen Lordina, and Vero. The maestro Nabe answer. Okay. Shishi Kumo. Poku. Our lecturers are working this morning. Very interesting topic. President, you are doing a great work. Thank you. And it's very educational topic. Ending racism is a collective responsibility that requires ongoing effort and commitment from everyone. By adopting these measures, we can work towards creating a fairer, more equitable and inclusive society. A very warm greetings to Dr. Kuku Dazi Ephraim. Okay, Dada Ejosopone Mama Omunina Josopa Raplinsky. Amakye is speaking facts. Abrantia Bright or say watching live from Summerboy. Congratulations to Seydou Daouda, former FC Samatex player, for winning this his first man of the match in yesterday's game at APR. Okay, Eric prepared to Messi. My first time watching your sports show. Thank you. Keep on watching. Prince Asamoah, Big Brother, good morning. Love from Bibiani Kumo. And keep your messages coming live on AP TV and AP Radio 105.7. Yeah, crossover. Now you call Birmingham. Na yene Akakpo Agoji Kakai Akwa Kudin Komo. The so after say England, yes, host where England Antimianye Euros no. Na that's why I say Gary Southgate. Ede so na to how Gary. Ya kwani Akakpo Akwa Kudin Komo ni ebusa no de ko ba ya e ko sa. Akakpo, good morning.
Good morning.
Bidi ala bibi awoko
ni. Oh, bibi awoko.
Meso ya pa.
Mo boy juma.
Ya da se pa ya wadaro ma juma da se. Kakaro pay AP media be da se for this interview. By this time may sure say bia offer juma ba da but any DNA or do ma ye no. Also ne be kasa nya minhra o menua.
Yo, say ja juma ne de yetu kwa na yeni ba kwatete ho what you say.
Omujenu. There have a case a couple of one guy. Yes, or I do more GMFM and then again Ash FM. Na a band of Black Star say book must be an Americano or do stadium 11 a.m. It will crack 10 a.m. I'll come to near near Tini Tum or Kakai and then we are sick. Kakai Yeni Como, none wada ye knew in a year, Heroes Night, the last edition, none wada Sunday. About England entimi anye umayu nyeme koso na city Saudi mu idin obi adantem na afterwards no komo be the course ye tia na Gary Southgate as on to asu biem yampam no ono a de the course kakai una wo
that's it for opportunity mada Obibia say ne your first after ne T for multi 105.7 FM e wo kuma say we eba ne agudie mu nsɛm ahia na ɛsɛ wotie latest bibibia ahia na ɛsɛ wotie coach Ben eba nini na yɛde bɛto dwa ɛde ama yɛtiefo. It was a surprise news England FA no enyaye for the resignation of Gary Southgate. Onim say Gary Southgate obi a na FA president no wo kromo ha no nenije papa no ho na dwuma ye ho and then the money boy it just ended heroes here told you me did this appointed news no obakaya Gary Southgate resigned 4 days ahead. 4 days aka ama makobo final or resign and sana.
Oh, okay, kakame ba na say ya tiase de a omobo final ni nya no resign.
No, I resign.
Wow.
No, I resign. Yes. We exclusive or resign and sana. Yeah, bo final no. Tia bo final and to central for him say wa resign ba or heard him say obenya or decided say obenya new challenge. FNU so that letter no kra na say resignation letter no kra I think e dia mo so umbeje but obey day omaji atum I will say your boy heroes na bi no aha no mu ye kro bi a hu say omun didi atam omun didi coach atam omun didi player bi atam the book say omoya de yi papa sana kro mu hafo no eka
okay
the team if he say the resignation for as a England manager no aha FA ne omine pa omine no so opie na be sport maybe am for share ball almost mine na ya the man na but young ya say mine na ya I resign from the as England manager by a president exclusive made my 18 for Pochettino any your club and I be shortlisted for the FA. I yet team your club. I'm on fire your club and as I'm on fire a Pochettino.
Now we best suggested the name. One kabe kwa mawai.
I will make your club. Or you say your club in terms of experience in the Champions League in the Europa and then as a in the Premier League and in the Bundesliga were very good. We who a lot of players, we who a lot of talent. What I say, bringing a lot of players like player your friend Eric Mkhitaryan, Socrates Papastapatopoulos,
Trent Alexander-Arnold,
and one name caliber of players when him say England or England manager Obetma Totonyama no so had a good one. Obakaya VP ni England entimi NG trophy and for my until now Euros no na amount for expected to put England on budget but at long last no Spain entimi edge until make us say short listed no Pochettino and
yeah akako mame musawe
so and I say o mine no and so ebe funny sana